No matter how comfortable you are with a class or with Blackboard or just school in general, you're going to get stuck and have questions, and that is normal. The first best step is to problem solve on your own. Read through announcements, reread the instructions, see if you can figure out that missing bit of information, or ask another student. Maybe they can point you in the right direction and help you get started. However, if after 2 or 3 tries you still are stuck, please contact us. That is what we are here for, and you are never bothering us when you email us. To find your teacher's contact information, you're going to go to the announcements page, which I'm already on, and at the top of the page here, you'll find all your teacher's information. Email is going to be the quickest way to get a response, and PSD Google Text could be good for like a 1 or 2 quick word answer, but if you need instructions or details, email's the way to go. Our classroom phones are probably the slowest way to get a hold of us, so I would say don't use that. We're often in FlexLab or working individually with students, so we're not answering those. Once you have your teacher's email address, you're going to click on Home, which will take you back to your home page, and on the left-hand side, you'll click on PSD Email Access. This will take you to your Outlook with PSD. But keep in mind that should you be unable to log onto your computer, you can't get on Blackboard, everything has fallen apart, you can email us from your personal email as well. We request that you use your PSD email for almost everything. You should have it open when you're working in Blackboard anyways. But if there's no other options, then definitely you can use a personal email or even a parent's email to get a hold of us if you're truly stuck. Once you've started a new email, I've already drafted it here, but there would be a button up here that says New. Go ahead and enter your teacher name. And so I'm going to start typing it in. You'll notice it starts to auto-load it because I've typed it before. So once you've done that, you should be able to just pull up our names pretty quickly, and they should hopefully save for you. The next thing we ask for you to include in your email is a subject line. So this gives us an idea of what the email is about, what class it might be related to, if it's very urgent, or if it's just letting us know very quickly that yes, I plan to be there for office hours. Shouldn't be more than a couple words, but is definitely necessary. Then please greet whoever the email is to. This is polite and kind and makes it feel less like talking to a robot and more like talking to a human. And it also makes sure that your email is going to the right person. This will let us know if, oh, this is to me and Miss Unruh, or oh, this was meant just for Miss Unruh, I'll forward it on to her. So it kind of helps organize things. You'll want to include the class that you're working in, especially because you may have the same teacher for multiple classes. So this would let me know that this student has a question in biology and not STEM, and I can get an answer for them faster. Also, what section are you working on? If a student emailed and just said, I have a question on a quiz, that doesn't let me know what class they're in, what section they're in, what their question is about. Are they stuck on the quiz? Can they not find the quiz? Do they think the answer is wrong? So be specific. The more detail, the better. And include detail in your question. In this case, the student's telling me they already did the reading and they already took the notes, so they're ready for the quiz, but they can't find it. That's very different than, I don't know what chapter we're on, or what quiz is due this week. So make sure to be specific so that we can give you your answer in one email back instead of having to go back and forth to get down to the answer. Last but most definitely not least, please sign your name. Oftentimes, student emails come through just with the student ID number as the address, and so we don't know who it is from unless you put your name on it. So that's super important as well. Remember, again, you're never bothering us when you email, so please, we would rather have you over email than not contact us enough, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.